time now.
Coming to you live from North Hills High School, it is the PIAA second round here on the OLSH Sports Network as the OLSH Sports Network's presentation of Lady Charger basketball continues tonight as your Our Lady of the Sacred Heart Chargers take on the Avonworth Antelopes. Hi, everybody. I'm Matt Fargo, joined alongside OLSH. Welcome to our broadcast coverage. And for the fourth time, the Lopes and the Chargers meet. And maybe for the Chargers, the fourth time is the charm now, as the Lopes have gotten the best of the Chargers 3 times, and the rare fourth occurrence, both of these teams section opponents. The Chargers finished a game behind the Antelopes in the section standings, the Antelopes taking the section championship, and then meeting in the WPIAA playoffs before now meeting in the state playoffs. And here we go, but this time, they'll know for sure it's the last time these two teams will meet this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And you hear around the coaching, room that, it's hard to beat a team twice. It's hard. It's nearly impossible to beat a team 3 times. What is it with 4? So, like you say, the hit and vigorous, it's the longer you go without, the closer you are to having. And the Chargers have gone 3-0, or 0-3, I should say, against the Lopes. Is it like I said? Did they go 1-3 for the season? We'll find out.
We will find out. Those games prior to that, these two teams have played. The Antelopes taking care of business. We mentioned those 3 times. The first time it was a 50-43 win at Avonworth. Then the Lopes came to the Angela Activity Center back on January 30th and won 50-39 before disposing of the Chargers in the WPIAL postseason 43-25. And it's well documented. I think both teams, both sides felt, the Chargers did not play their best game, and Avonworth played almost perfect.
Yeah, the last 2 games, it came down to the Chargers not hitting buckets. They hit buckets. It might be a different outcome, but we'll never know. They just have to hit the shots that they have tonight and see what happens.
Yeah, you mentioned about them hitting buckets. How about this? The Chargers were 2 of 27 from 3 the last time they played Avonworth, and 7 from 39 from the field. That will not spell many victories. The Chargers, although coming off a very impressive offensive output in the first round of the state tournament, OLSH taking care of Wilmington 60-42 to advance to this second round. We're going to pause for the national anthem. We'll come back with starting lineup and tip-off. It's the Chargers and the Antelopes coming up next right here on the OLSH Sports Network. Stick around. Our national anthem here at North Hills, getting ready for the Chargers and the Antelopes. We mentioned the Chargers getting it done over Wilmington. Let's take a look at the PIAA playoff bracket on the western side. As you see there, Avonworth took care of Forest Hills by the score of 40-34. And Avonworth's defense, you know, we talked so much this season about the Chargers defense, but it's really been Avonworth's defense. They don't put up a whole lot of points, Al. And if the Chargers can maybe get into that 50-60 range the way that they've been scoring here as of late, Avonworth's going to have some problems on the other side of the floor.
Yeah, you talk about that. Both the teams are pretty close as far as averaging what they give up and what they score. Avonworth's averaging just under 49 points a game, giving up 35. The Chargers are averaging about 47.5 points a game, giving up the same 35 points. So it bears out, like I said earlier, if the Chargers hit their shots, I think they have a really good chance here. Both these teams like to play defense, and it's just going to matter who's going to be hotter from the field.
Take a look at the starting lineups. There's Don Eckerly's starting lineup tonight. Kara Bridge, happy birthday to Kara. Kylie Nagy, G.I. Rullo, Alyssa Minton, and Mia Grasafi, who played an incredible game against Wilmington in the Chargers win. And for the other side of the coin, the Avonworth Antelopes, who won their 7th WPIAA championship in school history, their first since 2005 this season. Here's the starting lineup for Avonworth. Eden Schleiss, number 21, Greta O'Brien, number 22, Rebecca Getz, number 23, Mary Gannon, and number 33, Mia Veliceris. Starting lineup for the Lopes of Avonworth, led by first-year head coach Nick Dizon. Dizon was a 4-year head coach at Kiski, and then decided that he was going to go to coach his alma mater, Penn State Greater Allegheny. That was last April, and between last April and last July, he decides to come over to Avonworth and be the head coach here for the Antelopes. And how about that? In his first year at Avonworth, he brings the team a WPIAL championship. And now he has an opportunity to try to advance his Antelopes deeper into the state tournament. And you never know, when you're District 7's #1 seed, normally you have a pretty easy path to about the quarterfinals. But, you know, you never know that that's guaranteed or not.
Yeah, it's what a job he's done. He's making a name for himself here early in his WPIAL career. What a young man. He's really done a great job, and he's a force to be reckoned with moving down, not only now, but in the years to come. So watch out for this. Remember that name, Nick Dizon.
Yeah, he was coach for Kiski for 4 years.
Right.
And graduated from Woodland Hills, played at LaRoche and Penn State Greater Allegheny. Actually got to call a lot of his games. He was an assistant at Gateway before taking the head coaching job at Kiski. Don Eckerly in his 20th season, back in the state tournament and in the second round as we are underway from North Hills. Welcome, everybody, here on the O Sports Network.
Wonder if these girls know what color or what kind of perfume they wear, and they played so many times.
You're absolutely right. Inside, nice work down low, finding inside Rebecca Getz. And it's a 2-0 Antelope lead to start things off. Here's the Chargers' first trip up the floor. They scored 8 points in the first 3 quarters, and Gia Irullo puts an end to that. They're shooting 100% for tonight. 2-2. We're tied early.
Oh, you like that mid-range jump shot, the Chargers. If they hit that, that'll pull the Antelopes out and get them the underneath buckets later on.
Slice Veliceris out here to the near side. Gannon, triple on the way that doesn't fall off the head of Mary Gannon, and Veliceris, and a travel is called, but the other official says jump ball. Inbound to Mia Grusafi. Little pressure with the backcourt here from the Antelopes. Chargers break it. Grusafi, Kylie Nagy.
Yeah, both these teams comfortable, Matt, playing the slow game, but the Chargers, you know, they like to get it and go, get the transition points as well, so that bodes well for them. Yeah,
and I think it bode well for Avonworth. They were able to kind of get a lot of points off of transition. The Chargers weren't scoring, so they were getting rebounds and getting out quick and being able to really take control of the game early, and Chargers found themselves trailing. They really trailed in this series early and were able to bring it out to about an 18-point advantage at the game at Avonworth. But the Lopes were able to force a turnover like they do there. Getz brings it up the floor, bouncing it to Mary Gannon. Gannon on the right-handed dribble, the senior at 5'8". Bouncing on the floor is Nagy as Schleiss moved it inside, and Nagy gets up off the floor and takes it right off of her. Picks her pocket, and there's a foul off of that on the floor. It's Eden Schleiss picking up the game's first foul.
Oh, what hustle by Nagy there. I mean, she could have very easily, when she was on the court, said, well, I'm out of this play now. No, not Kylie. She said, I'm going to get up. She takes the ball away, causes the foul, and Chargers have the ball.
Avonworth content with pressuring. Now the Chargers use good ball movement. It's Mitten in the corner. Fed it into Bridge. Then back to Mitten. Short of the shot. Tipped away. Bridge gets it back and fouled on the way up. She'll get two at the line. And I think so much of this now is, now that you're at the point now, it's game number 4 for the Chargers. It's a mental thing, right? It's a lot more mental than it is actually playing between the lines. You saw how well the Chargers have played against other teams. It's now just, how long can they stay in this game and not find themselves into that big hole of a deficit that now Avonworth can kind of use what you were talking about, that slow game. It's tough to beat a team. The Chargers know this on their own. It's tough to beat a team when you get into a hole that loves to play a slow game.
Right. Wow.
Can't come up with anything on the free throws. Took a page out of the boys' book in the last game.
Boy, they struggled from the stripe, did they not?
Oh, my goodness. I'm not going to be called the charity stripe much longer.
No, that's why I just said the stripe.
Yeah, right. Inside Schleiss missing that shot, but Grisafi able to get to the loose basketball, push it up the floor against Schleiss, who already has a foul on her tonight. Nagy on the right hand, bouncing it over to G.I. Rollo. Little crossover move, back to Nagy. Cross-court pass to get it to Grisafi. Mia, double team.
Oh.
Threw it away. Greta O'Brien, the steal. Greta O'Brien gets the foul on Gia Irullo. And she'll head to the line here for Avonworth. Things all tied up at 2.
The idea of Mia trying to go inside and kick it back out was good, but I think the Chargers against this Antelope team, they need to go to the rim.
First one is good for O'Brien. Second one rolls out. Bridge gets it. Chargers back up the floor. Avonworth backs off on the pressure. Nagy. Nothing doing there. No foul either way. Going out of bounds. And yep, she stepped out.
Yeah, I think she did.
Yeah. Get another look at it. Maybe.
Nope. We saw the no call on the foul, though.
Yep. O'Brien back up the floor here for Avonworth. Schleiss with the basketball. Nice crowd filing in on this early game. Doubleheader day here at North Hills. North Allegheny plays next. Inside Schleiss, off the back of the rim, no good. Schleiss gets her own rebound, throws it back out. Nice job by Getz to go up and get that one, but she loses it out. You say off of the Chargers. I'm not sure how that's possible, but
Charger bench a little excited about that call.
You'll see it again on the replay.
Couldn't really tell from that angle. Nonetheless, Antelopes have it.
3 on the way. O'Brien splashes in the game's first triple.
Bryan quickly with 4 points here.
Nagy gets it away to Grisafi. More pressure, and it's a turnover again. Avonworth causing more Charger turnovers. Schleiss, the mid-range, no good, but fetched out by Gannon. Moved back outside to Velaceres, who drives inside. Layup no good. Back inside. Up strong. Good for 2 more for Rebecca Getz.
And she has 4.
Timeout Chargers. 8-2. Don Eckerly burns a timeout here in the first quarter as Avonworth applied the pressure, and the Chargers not able to, I feel like there's just that urge to make a pass and not necessarily it be the right pass.
Yeah, forcing one, yeah. Saying, I need to make this pass, and you not necessarily do. The turnovers right now are killing the Chargers. Antelopes have 6 of their 8 points off of turnovers, and they can't have that.
No, and you talk about back in the WPIAA championship when they beat Laurel, they had 18 turnovers, and they turned 10 steals into 14 points.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, that's killer. And by the way, Avonworth held Laurel to under 13 points their season average in that 48-40 win in the Whitfield title game.
Claudia Irillo and Emma Ficcarelli will check in for the Chargers.
Ficcarelli and Grisafi to Nagy. And taken away, Velaceres gets the steal. All the way, coast to coast, and blocked by Kara Bridge. Bridge pushes it back up the floor. Chargers in transition. Nagy through 2 defenders and draws a foul to the line for Kylie Nagy.
And that's exactly what the Chargers need to do there. I know that was a transition play, but they need to go to the hoop and draw the fouls from the Antelopes.
2 shots, Kylie
That's the
Nagy.
second on Schließ.
It's good for Kylie.
Entering the game for the Antelopes, number 20, Anna Bradley.
Anna Bradley checks in for Avonworth.
Schließ will have a seat with her 2 fouls.
Rolls in and out. Bradley had a big game in the Whitfield championship game, coming off the bench as a sophomore. Great move down low, but can't get it to go for Getz. Comes back outside, and Nagy gets behind the defense. Chasing her down is O'Brien, but Nagy finishes on her wallet.
Nagy with a fast break layup.
Quickly, Chargers getting back into this.
Chipping right back away here.
Yep.
And a foul off the backside as Greta O'Brien driving to the back.
Claudia's going to get this one. Yep.
Chargers foul on number 22, Claudia Irulo.
So here's Greta O'Brien, just a sophomore on this Antelope squad.
So that's another factor with this Antelopes team. They have a lot of younger players that are really, really good and contributing. There's a couple coming off the bench that are underclassmen.
Right. They say the sophomore class is the best of them, which is a scary thought. And he'll only lose 2 starters from this lineup next year.
That's scary.
Mary Gannon and Mia Velaceres are seniors. But Getz, O'Brien, and Schleiss all return. Here's Bradley on the Bridge on the left hand doesn't go. Jump ball is called.
Rebound there by Anna Bradley.
And actually, the arrow goes to Avonworth. Velaceres, Chargers trailing by 5. Getting close to 5 seconds here, and Claudia almost got that steal. She'll cross-court pass to get it here to the near side. Gannon, right from the foul line, doesn't fall. Rebound underneath Nagy. Outlet to get it to Grisafi. And Mia Grisafi brings it up with 2:05 to play in the first. Bouncing over to the far side, Claudia Irulo to Bridge, quickly outside. Triple on the way, Grisafi doesn't fall. Nagy chases it down on the lane. Floater is good for 2.
Rebound scored by Kylie Nagy.
Nicely done there. It would have been nice if that 3 went in, but Nagy was there to clean it up and get the putback.
10-7, a minute 40 to go with the first. Nice feed down low, open look for Mary Gannon, but can't get it to fall.
Wow, how about that? That was 3/4 in.
Catch and shoot, in and out. Oh my goodness for Ficcarelli.
It's good for the goose, good for the gander, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Minute 20 to go here with the first.
Totally anticipated, as you see here. Avonworth slowing it down, not taking a shot unless they get the easy one.
Nice active hands there on defense by the Chargers That's such an underrated play, but you make Avonworth have to do it again here, right? Looks like there was a problem with the covering here at North Hills.
Yeah, right underneath the hoop.
Pretty new floor
here
in North Hills, maybe a year or two old.
Emma Obersteiner checks in for the game.
Inside, Belisaris.
Mia Belisaris
Gets the 2 to go, 12-7. Under a minute to play. Here with the first. Rasafi wide open to Bridge. Here to the near side. Catch and shoot 3.
No,
and no
two,
good, but
she was on the line there, but
Nagy was able to get to it. Moved it outside. 45 seconds to go in the first.
And again, I wouldn't be surprised the Chargers look well. And as soon as I say that,
wow,
Claudia
Irolo for a triple. Cuts the Lopes lead to 2. To the outside, another 3 on the way that doesn't fall. Rebound underneath. Gersafi with 22 seconds. Chargers get one more try at it. Here's Nagy. Nagy going all the way to the hole. Kicks it outside. Loose basketball. Bridge picks it up with 14 seconds. And a jump ball is called. The arrow to the Chargers.
Chargers ball.
Wow. Chargers here with a chance with 13 seconds left in the quarter to tie this up. That would be a feather in the cap for the Charger Nation.
Nagy goes right back in and gives it right back from Bridge back to Nagy, and now there's 10 seconds. Nagy with 7. Got her pocket pick that rolls out of bounds with 4 seconds.
That hurt.
It's Gersafi.
Launch it.
Deep for Ficcarelli. It's off the rim, no good. And it will be a 12-10 advantage for Avonworth. Chargers were able to survive the first wave from the Antelopes and rally back to cut it within 2. End of 1 here from North Hills. And our score, Avonworth 12, Our Lady of the Sacred Heart 10. You're watching the PIAA state playoffs on the OLSH Sports Network, and we'll take a break and we'll be back after this. Back to North Hills. Chargers trail by 2 alongside OLSH. Matt Fargo with you. Matt Stanziola in the truck. Welcome back, Al.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Good to have you back. Hey, make sure you save the date for OLSH Springs Open House, Thursday, March 23rd from 5 to 7. Explore all that OLSH has to offer and see what makes OLSH the best independent Catholic high school in our region. You can also save the date for OLSH's annual auction to be held on Saturday, April 29th at the Doubletree Pittsburgh Airport Hotel in Moot Township. For more information, visit OLSH.org/auction. Come join us as we continue to celebrate 90 years of OLSH.
That's amazing in itself.
Anna Bradley trying for a 3 that doesn't fall out of bounds off of the Lopes. Charger basketball to get things rolling here in the second.
Not exactly how Coach Eckerly would have written up the first quarter, but I'm sure he's pleased after the way the game started that the Chargers started to get settled into their game.
That's going to be a foul on Avonworth.
Dizon not happy with that call. he's wanting the chicken wing call on the offensive player. Obersteiner picks up that foul.
Rasafi operating to Nagy. Far side, Ficcarelli. Avonworth backed off the pressure here in early in the second, allowing the Chargers to have the outside. There's Claudia Rullo, 2 in a row for Claudia, the sophomore. gives the Chargers their first lead of the night.
Amazing. She's one of the few underclassmen on this team.
And an errant pass that goes out of bounds. Charger basketball.
Back in for Avonworth, number 2, Eden Slice.
Slice back into the lineup for the Chargers. Bradley has a seat for the Antelopes.
There's back to the pressure of the backcourt. Bridge, Claudia. Claudia runs the baseline, hands it off to Kara. Kara, mid-range game. Good for 2 more.
Bridge. Assist Claudia Irula.
What a look there from Claudia to move the ball back to Kara.
I expected her to just drive baseline, and that was a nice kick out.
That shot doesn't fall for Getz. One and done opportunity for the Lopes. Nagy up the floor. Stops her dribble, moves it to Grisafi. Ficarelli a step inside the arc. Claudia inside to Kara. Kara, nice catch. Ficarelli going for the mid-range shot that doesn't fall, and out of bounds off of Avonworth. Stays with the Chargers. 5:50 to play, and Velaceres will come back in for Avonworth.
Great pressure there by Nagy underneath, causing Slice to not be able to control the ball, and kicks it out of bounds. Charger ball.
Kara blocked. Foul is called. I'm curious, Al, now.
Yeah, that one I think could have gone either way. Chargers get the call there.
Avonworth foul number 22.
That looked like a ball.
That was more of a push, if anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that was a clean block.
I did too.
Kara Bridge.
Gets her first.
Gets. First one is for Kara, and it's good. Second one good for Kara.
Just like that, Kara's 2 for 4 from the line after going scoreless the first time.
Weaving through is O'Brien down to the baseline, throws it up with the left hand, doesn't fall, but loose, and Kara battling for it, still loose, and a timeout taken by Avonworth. That's a great timeout by Nick Dyson.
Oh, that really was.
Like, on the other side of the floor, he doesn't know, what's going on as far as who has it, who's not, and I guess in that case, call timeout and hope for the best.
Yeah, I mean, if not, it's like nothing ventured, nothing gained, I guess,
Timeout taken here by the Antelopes. Chargers have a 17-12 advantage over Avonworth. And, barring the Chargers having that little bit of a run, they went down 8-2 to start this game and then have had a nice run of their own. This is where the Chargers need to play this game. Avonworth's not going to go away by any stretch.
No.
But this is where the Chargers need to play this game. They can't play it from 8-9 down. That's where it's just too hard to play against a team like this.
No, absolutely. And Avonworth, the first game of the year was out at Avonworth, and the Chargers had a huge lead.
Yeah.
And Avonworth just kept plugging away, and he ended up winning the game. And don't look for anything less than that from this Antelope squad.
Deep throw, errant throw, and out of the timeout, they throw it out of bounds. Charger basketball.
Taking a page out of the Antelopes playbook from the first quarter.
Apologize, lost the camera here momentarily, but we'll give you the
static camera.
As it's Bridge right now, standing with it over to Claudia Irolo on the far side. Cross-court pass to get it over to Grisafi.
There we go.
Trying to get you something. Claudia.
Nagy.
Far side is Grisafi. Down to Kara, back outside. Good ball movement by the Chargers here.
Excellent ball movement here.
3 on the way. Grisafi, a triple. 3-ball corner pocket.
This is exactly what the Chargers need. They need to be consistent and get the shots when they get them. Schließ, she'll launch a three. Rebound by Gannon. She gets fouled going back up.
OLSH foul on number 50, Emma Ficcarelli.
Ficcarelli picks up the foul for the Chargers.
On the line is Mary Gannon for Avonworth.
That's her first, team's third. Gannon rolls that one in. Now, boy, I think from the charity stripe for both these teams, Matt, that somebody's put a lid on it. They're having a hard time getting it down the bottom.
Bounces out, and you said it, Al. But nice save there. Avonworth tries to get the two back. They get another rebound. Goes out to O'Brien. She misses. Back outside, and it's loose, and they save it only momentarily.
It's
over and back. Yeah, Charger basketball.
Over and back.
Wow, what a sequence there. Avonworth had 3-4 opportunities
yeah, exactly.
and couldn't come up with anything there. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Chargers by 8. Grisafi, Bridge, up top, Ficcarelli. Ficcarelli moves it to Grisafi here on the near side. Nice move by Mia. Mia right side, bouncing to Claudia Irulo. Claudia on the left hand, to the rack. Does it fall? Rebound, Veliceris. Mia Veliceris to the far side, and O'Brien now hands it off to Gannett. Back here, slice for three. No. Rebound, down is Ficcarelli. She was able to push it out to Grisafi, who settles. Lost it. Take it away, Veliceris. Veliceris stopping against Ficcarelli. Too hard off the window, out of bounds, off the Chargers. Avonworth keeps it with 3:07 to go here in the first half. 20-12 Charger advantage.
Tara tried to say that. Her foot was on the line when she touched the ball.
That looked like a deep two. I think her foot was on the line there for Veliceris. It's out of bounds.
Off
Charger basketball.
Greta O'Brien going over the top, knocked the ball out of Ficcarelli's hands. Charger ball.
Under 3 minutes to go here in the first half.
Avonworth in this. I thought they were. They're in a man defense right now. Interesting. They were in a 2-1-2 earlier.
Wing inside is Bridge. Double dribble.
Yeah, good call there.
Returning number 11, Gia Irulo.
Gia Irulo back on the floor, thanks to public address announcer Brandon Rossai for helping us out with that one.
Yeah, sisters swap places. Claudia goes to the bench.
Slice.
Ooh, that was I thought that was a travel there.
Gannon moved it up top. Veliceris moved it outside. So O'Brien back outside to Gannon for a three. No. Rebound to the Chargers. And I mean, it's almost like they role reversal of the last time these two teams played, back when the Chargers couldn't hit a three.
So, yeah, especially since the middle of the first quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's uncanny the way it's gone.
Irulo outside to Ficcarelli. Grisafi. Crossover move. Grisafi. Up and in.
What a move. Grisafi goes scoreless in the first quarter. She has 5 here in the second.
Chargers by 10. Minute 30 to play in the first. Lost, but regained there by Gannon. Moved it outside. Veliceris open look for a three. That's airballed. Bridge is underneath, and a foul. And frustration starting to wear in for Avonworth.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. Those last couple fouls by the Antelopes have been tiredness. You know, they're just getting tired, not moving their feet, causing them to foul. A Mitten back in the lineup for the Chargers. Mahan checks in for the Antelopes along with Savat.
Bridge over to the corner. Irulo. Gia, a little spin move. Got separation to the rack, doesn't fall. Rebound underneath Bridge and a jump ball that will keep it Charger basketball with a minute 03 to go here in the second.
Mahan was in there, had that rebound, and give Kara Bridge credit for tying it up, getting the jump ball.
I think Gia was surprised at how much room she had after she made that move in
down
the lane.
the lane, right.
Under a minute to play in the first half.
I did see her eyes bug out.
Bridge on the left hand. Kara, no good. Avonworth back up the floor, tipped away, and Grisafi gets the steal. Nagy, long pass to Minton. Minton here on the near side, back outside to Grisafi, who runs it on the runner. On the right hand, doesn't fall. Rebound to Avonworth. Pulled away by Slice. Slice pushes it up the floor. 20 seconds to go in the first. Travel is called.
Almost had that, Eden did, but she just drug that back foot just ever so slightly.
20 seconds to go. Chargers gonna play for the last one, man. I mean,
and why not?
Oh my goodness. Kidding me? Nagy threw everybody up and fouled, and she's going to the line with 7 seconds.
What a great inlet pass by Bridge finding Nagy, and she was all alone.
Avonworth foul number 23, Mary Gannon.
Gannon picks up her first.
Kylie Nagy.
Kylie Nagy at the line and misses her first.
Enter the game.
McKinley Walsh checks in.
McKinley in there definitely for her defensive prowess here with 7 seconds left.
Second one good by Nagy. Expands the Charger lead to 11. 5 seconds. Up the floor comes O'Brien. O'Brien with 2. O'Brien with 1. She's not going to get a shot off. Charger defense locks it down in the first half. An 11-point advantage for the Chargers. And a shutout pitched by the Chargers in the second quarter. No points granted to the Antelopes. And the first 8 minutes, they return the favor to the Antelopes, who did it to them in the end of the second quarter the last time they played. The second quarter was 13-0 Chargers. We come back, and we'll have the halftime report with OLSH. He'll break down the numbers, have some highlights from you from Matt Stanziola of the truck. It's all to come and more. You're watching live coverage of the PIAA basketball playoffs, and it's all here on the OLSH Sports Network. We'll be back. And we're back to North Hills halftime here at North Hills Middle School. Chargers have the lead, 23-12, trying to finally figure out the equation that has been the Avonworth Antelopes. And for the first half, the Chargers have figured it out, Al. They lead by 11. They don't allow Avonworth to score in the second quarter. And if I wasn't at the North Allegheny game and witnessed that game, and now being here, it's like a totally different, totally two different teams. But that's kind of the great thing about high school basketball. Sometimes we forget they're just teenagers.
They're just kids.
They're just kids.
Yeah.
And right now, I think that the Chargers are had a great first 16 minutes, and anything can happen in the next 16 minutes. I'm certainly not counting the Avonworth Antelopes out by any stretch. We know that how good they can do, but I think they've also kind of been pushed out of their game. They love to put the ball inside. They love, to use their height to their advantage. And a lot of that has been pushed away. And, credit Don Eckerly and what his staff, what they've done defensively, because Avonworth has been kept to 12 points in the first half. And, the Chargers can continue to, I don't know what you think about this, but I think the biggest parts of the first half were Claudia hitting those threes early, just to start to get the Chargers right back in it. And then the rest of the team started, it's kind of like, the baseballism. Hitting is contagious, so is shooting in that way. Chargers proving that in the first half, hopefully continues in the second.
Two things, Matt. You know what, if you're in purple and gold, you're thinking, I'm not too comfortable, because the first time these two teams met, the Chargers had a huge lead at halftime and ended up losing. And if you're in burgundy and or maroon and gray, you're thinking the same thing. Hey, we've been in this place before with this team, and we've been able to come back and beat them. They're probably not too, if you're Antelopes, you're probably not too upset. You're not happy where you're at, but you know that you can come back and do this. The other thing is talking to Coach Eckerly on the way up here, he was talking about everybody's asking what kind of defensive schemes you're going to change. What do you have to change? And he says, really nothing. We just have to shoot. And I think a lot of that is what's happened here in the first half. The Chargers are shooting and getting their shots, where in past games they weren't against this team. And I think that's the big difference here at halftime.
Yeah, I think their spacing has been a lot better. When teams are going to pressure the basketball, you need to have good spacing. You need to make sure you're using the whole floor, because if everybody's in that same area, it's going to be a lot easier for Avonworth to cover. And Chargers have done a much better job with that on the spacing side of things. And let's be honest, at the end of the day, it's if you knock down your shots. And today, they've done more of that than they did the last time these two teams played. We talked about it, 2 for 27 from 3 the last time these two teams played, the Chargers, and Avonworth's probably a little closer to that. They haven't been able to find the three-point shot the way they were able to in the semifinals. I know that's not necessarily their forte, but still, they were able to knock down a lot of shots. Pretty much everything was falling for them in that game, maybe with the exception of foul shots, which has came to fruition again today on both sides.
Yeah, talk exactly about that. I'm not sure how many three-point attempts each team made, but the Chargers have 3 at halftime, 2 of them by Claudia Arillo, and the Antelopes of Avonworth only have 1, and that was Greta O'Brien dropped one in the first quarter, and they haven't had one since. Free throws, ironically, both teams are not doing real well. They're both at 50%. Avonworth is 3 for 6 from the line as a team, and the Chargers are 4 for 8 from the charity stripe. So neither team really doing exceptionally well at the line, but it could be worse. Could be.
How about this? Don Eckerly, he's in 20 years. Let's take a look at the highlights as we talk about. Kidding me? Chargers. This is his 10th appearance in the PIAA state playoffs. Here in 2023, 2022, so back-to-back years, they've been in 19, 17, 2016, 15, 14, 09, 08, 07.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it is something. Haven't been to the quarterfinals, if you're wondering, since 2017. That team went to the 2017 and 2016. Both of those teams went to the PIAA quarterfinals, which is the deepest they've gone with a Don Eckerly coach team in the state tournament.
If I'm remembering correctly, one of those teams that put him out was Bishop Guilfoyle. Was that?
Sure. I know the boys, Bishop Guilfoyle.
Oh, maybe that's the game I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Bishop Guilfoyle beat the Chargers in the Western Final.
Yeah.
And I was kind of joking with Coach Eckerly before the game. This is the third time he's played a playoff game here at North Hills. He is 1-1-1. He has one win. They beat Elderton. Actually, his daughter Marissa was a senior on that team. They crushed Elderton by 40. And actually in an upset, they had another loss, and then that other loss that you're probably thinking, what's the other one? Well, that's the story of the game that started at North Allegheny, and then there was a car accident, power went out, and they brought everybody to this gym, where then only to play about 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the fourth quarter, and then the game went into overtime, and the Chargers ended up losing that game to Greensburg Central Catholic 55-50. But just a bizarre. Just imagine this game in the fourth quarter of this game, the power goes out. You have to finish it, and you put everybody on the buses, all the fans, all the cheerleaders, everybody gets on the bus, and you go. You're literally getting on the bus in your head to just finish 2 minutes of a game, and then it goes into overtime, and it was really bizarre. One of the most bizarre. The only broadcast I've ever done, Al, that started in one location and ended in another on the same day.
That's got to be bizarre, yeah.
Winner of this game, if you're curious, plays the winner of Westmont Hilltop, who we're familiar with. The boys just defeated them, and Chestnut Ridge. That game is tipping off right about 20 minutes from now, so we won't know the winner between the Hilltoppers and Chestnut Ridge. But here we go. Third quarter action. Lopes control the basketball to start. They trail by 11. Velaceris inside, back out. Three on the way. No good from Schleiss. Chased into the corner and out of bounds off of the Chargers. So Lopes keep it. Greta O'Brien was being pestered in that corner.
Well, the scary thing there was she was wide open for that three, top of the key. All the Chargers crunched down low.
She thought about it again. Charger faithful into it. Chinton defense inside. Back outside. Thought about an open look for three. Here's Schleiss for three. Good. You knew it was going to happen one time or another.
That's her first points of the game, so keep that in mind. First points for the Antelopes since the first quarter.
Chargers need to just simplify. They don't need to hit the panic button. Just continue doing what you're doing, moving the ball, and not letting what they're doing on the other side of the floor, make you panic.
Antelopes come out in a 2-3 defense.
There's a nice steal there by O'Brien. Can't get the score. Will chase down the loose basketball. It's pulled away by Gannon. Gannon lost it out of bounds off a Charger. Yeah. Lopes keep it.
Birthday girl Kara Bridge got her hand on that to knock it out of bounds.
See what changes made by both Don Eckerle and Nick Dizon. Here in the second half, inbound goes to O'Brien. She loses it, taken away by Minton. And assisted ahead to Irola. Gia.
Nice little handoff to Gia.
Was. Irola on that far side wing. Double teaming the basketball, got it away to Rasafi. Nagy goes all the way around the horn to end up on that far side wing. Bouncing Minton. Minton to Bridge, back to Irulo, mid-range shot, it's good for two. Great execution by the Chargers. That's exactly what I was talking about, Al. Patience.
Yeah.
Don't rush a shot there. They do that.
And that's Gia's second mid-range shot. She's got 4 points.
Gannon. Bouncing to Getz, who drives, misses the layup, no good, one and done. Irulo the rebound, ahead to Nagy. Nagy on the right hand. Got the roll to finish. Kylie Nagy.
Just enough spin off the glass for Kylie. I thought she was too far underneath the bucket to get it, but she gets it to go.
Chargers lead at 27-15.
More transition points for the Chargers.
And a steal by Kara Bridge. Bridge a steal. Slice defending and it denies Bridge. And a foul on Kara off that rebound that was secured by Getz.
OLSH foul on number 3.
Kara Bridge picks up her first for the Chargers in the half.
For the Chargers, number 50.
Ficarelli going to come back in.
Mitten will have a seat.
5:28 to play here in the third. 27-15 Charger advantage.
As Christian says, Chargers put the two bigs in right now.
Yeah, he's a big fan of
The two bigs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Emma and Kara bringing it at the same time. Gannon with some hands and some traffic was able to re-secure it, lost it, moved it outside. Velicera, stop and pop, doesn't fall. Loose basketball, settled away and then pushed out, saved, out of bounds off the Antelopes. Charger basketball. Initially, I don't think Greta O'Brien realized that would have been off on Irolo,
yeah.
and she tried to save it. Chargers get the possession. Bouncing to Nagy, over to Mia Grisafi. 27-15 Charger advantage. Bridge settles it down at the elbow. Kylie down at the baseline. Throws it out. 3. Emma off the rim, no good. Underneath, handoff, moved it back outside. Open look for a triple. Kylie doesn't fall. Rebound is loose. Settled by the Avonworth Antelopes. Nicely done there by Gannon to move it outside to Slice. Slice on the far side, lost it out of bounds off of Grisafi. Avonworth keeps it. 4:23 to go in the third.
Good defense there by the Chargers, by Grisafi in the corner.
Inbound, moved it back outside. It just ever so gently came out to Slice. Thought about a 3. Slice tips it. Nagy got a tip there by Slice. And that shot goes in and pops right out for Rebecca Getz. Kara Bridge ended up falling down. Meanwhile, Nagy comes up empty. Oh my goodness, Ficarelli was fouled. There was no call. And Slice will settle. Belisaris inside to Gannon. Gannon moved it outside, dragged her travel. Pivot foot, travel is called.
Yep, nailed that, Matt. She did drag that pivot foot.
Number 20, Anna Bradley.
Anna Bradley checks in for Avonworth. And here's Claudia Irolo back in for the Chargers. 2 sophomores that have been playing big-time basketball today.
For both these teams, yes.
Kara over to Emma. Ficarelli bouncing it over to Grisafi on the far side wing. Back up top, Nagy conducts traffic. Nagy, guarded by O'Brien, moved it back outside. Kara, oh my goodness, Bradley.
Kara went down hard. Bradley, one of the first players there, she knew.
Yeah. Kara just didn't see it coming.
No, well, it was a blind side.
We'll see it again here on the replay. Oh my.
I mean, totally unintentional, but
yeah.
Nonetheless, Bradley picks up the foul.
Kara comes out.
I wonder if she learned that move from her father.
Yeah, it definitely was Dad. It wasn't Bro.
Well, yeah, I was going to say. Yeah.
It's either Dad or Grace.
Bro was taking those shots, yeah.
3 on the way. Good! Mia Grisafi with the triple.
Her second from beyond the arc.
Chargers double it up. Lead by 15, largest lead of the night.
For either team.
I feel like I always say that when Grisafi hits a shot, largest lead of the night. Back off the window, doesn't fall for Bradley. Put back at a foul. 2 shots coming here for Rebecca Getz at the line.
Chargers foul number 12. Alyssa
Mitten picks up her first.
On the line for the Antelopes, number 22.
Team second.
Hey, are you looking for ham for your Easter dinner? Try your luck at Ham Bingo. The OLSH Theater Department will be holding a ham bingo on Saturday, April 1st in the OLSH Gymnasium. Doors open at 5:30 and regular bingo starts at 7. Tickets are $10 for 6 cards and may be purchased at the door or in advance through a member of the theater department. 14-point advantage, 1 for 2 at the stripe there. Charger offense back to work, 2:40 on a moving third quarter clock. Chargers would love to take a lead like this into the 4th frame.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
Versafi.
We'll play the up top weave.
Yeah. Familiar with that, Al.
Yep.
3 on the way. Irulo misses the 3. Loose, though. Grasafi finds it. Gets it over to Nagy. Nagy is on the floor. Timeout, Don Eckerly. Chargers take a 30. It's their second of the ball game. 2:21 to play.
Actually, I thought Kylie was trying to signal the timeout as well. But Don Eckerly got it first.
And the Chargers take a timeout here. The 4th meeting between Avonworth and Our Lady of the Sacred Heart, a battle. The Section 2 champs, Avonworth, and the 2 seed out of Section 2. The OLSH Chargers, there was a logjam in Section 2 this year with so many great teams.
What a great section that was. I mean, it was a battle every night.
Keystone Oaks season ended last round in the state playoffs. They lost to Chestnut Ridge, who could potentially play the winner of this game if they beat Westmont Hilltop. The Chargers 20-7, and 3 of those 7 losses have come to this very Avonworth Antelope team.
Take away the Antelopes, the Chargers only lose 4 games. That's how great this section is.
It's been great. Grasafi has trouble in the backcourt, finally gets it as O'Brien is in the pocket of Mia, but nicely done there. Grasafi, offensive foul. They're going to call it on Grasafi.
That's her first. You know what? Credit that call to Nick Dizon. He's been pleading his case on that offensive foul all night long, and the officials finally give him the call. That's great coaching there. You work the referees.
Yeah, I mean, it's a part of the game.
Don't argue with them.
It's a part of the game.
Just explain what's going on.
Lost it. Oh, but Nagy couldn't save it, so Avonworth keeps possession. 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd.
I told Kylie not to cut her nails tonight.
Inbound triggered in by O'Brien. Gets it to Mary Gannon, who stands with the ball now under 2 minutes to go. Anna Bradley thought about a 3, drives on the right hand, throws it up towards the basket, doesn't fall, tipped away. Avonworth tries to save it. They do. Nicely done there. Gannon saves it, resets. Minute 45 to go in the 3rd. Hands it off over to O'Brien, who is fouled.
I think McKinley Walsh going to pick this up.
Chargers foul on number 2, McKinley Walsh.
It's her first. Team's 4th.
Back in number 10, Fiona Mahan.
Fiona Mahan
Number 11,
checks
Gia
in
Irillo.
for the Lopes, and G. Irillo checks in for the Chargers. Grasafi will go have a seat for the Chargers.
O'Brien doesn't fall, tipped away, loose basketball out on the Avonworth Antelopes. Charger basketball, a minute 37 to play in the 3rd.
You know what? I was looking at that, and I'm thinking Emma got her hands on it and knocked it off of one of the Antelopes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those where what we see and what actually happened.
Yeah. I mean, we're up here up top, like where the camera's at, so.
Nagy. To Irulo. A little spin move to get separation. Bouncing into Ficcarelli. Ficcarelli, nice move inside, off the window, rolls out.
Wow.
And a foul. It will be Walsh picking up another one. And gets. That'll be the 5th one on the Chargers. And her 2nd, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Number 2, McKinley Walsh.
Kinley Walsh, here in the 3rd quarter, is the first player for the Chargers to have 2 fouls. So.
That's also a good thing.
Yeah.
Man, it's been 30-16 for what feels like 2 days, Al.
The clock isn't moving if you're a Charger fan.
Offensive foul! Charge taken by Ficcarelli.
Is that Greta O'Brien? Yes.
Offensive foul against the Antelopes, number 21, Greta O'Brien.
Don't mind that one.
Can't see on it. That pole is right in line with the Antelope's fouls. Two.
Claudia, 50 seconds. Chargers by 14. Cross court. G.I. Rullo. You got to hang on to this, Al. Or you try to anyway. The Chargers having some pressure there. And we're going to go jump ball.
No,
somebody's calling a foul.
Actually,
wants to call a foul.
Actually, travel. I was going to say.
Travel on Avonworth.
I listen to Christian all the time, and you can have the ball, but as soon as you roll over, that's a travel, and that's exactly what she did.
So that's important because the Chargers keep the arrow.
Right.
Start this fourth quarter. If they can hang on to it for the next 35 seconds. Claudia goes to work, moves it outside to Emma Ficcarelli. Ficcarelli drives the baseline, kicks it back outside to Nagy. 25 seconds to go in the third. Nagy back up top.
Smart.
Very. Nagy.
See Coach Eckerly trying to get her to come to this. There he goes. Now he likes it.
13 seconds. Nagy tripped up, falling. Lost it out of bounds. Travel.
Turnaround's fair play.
Yep.
But the good news for the Chargers, only 4 seconds left here.
I got to get it up the floor. Here comes O'Brien. O'Brien throws up a half-court heave. It's no good. And the Chargers will take a 14-point advantage into the locker room. I don't know that the third quarter was very pretty, Al, but the Chargers handled their business in the third frame, and they'll take the lead into the fourth. Come back with us. You're watching the PIAA Basketball State Playoffs and second round action. Chargers lead the Avonworth Antelopes 30-16 on the OLSH Sports Network. Welcome you back here to North Hills. Fourth quarter about to begin on the OLSH Sports Network. Chargers lead this one 30-16. OLSH's student government will be hosting a Students vs. Faculty volleyball game on Thursday, March 16th at the Angela Activity Center to raise money for Student Lunch Fund. Tickets are $7 at the door. Doors open at 6 p.m. and the first serve is at 7. A question I have about that is it cash or do they have to use the app like you do for the games?
Good point. Right? Yeah. Chargers will start with the ball here. Go ahead and say it, Matt.
Let's play a fourth.
There you go. I missed that for 10 days or whatever.
Gersafi and the Chargers have the basketball here in the fourth, trying to advance to the quarters. Ficcarelli throws one up, no call. Rebound goes to the Lopes. Long pass ahead to get it to Getz, who lays it up and in.
She's not going to miss many of those.
What happened here? The official? The official was talking to Dizon for something. Inbound goes to Gersafi. Guarded by Slice. She'll get it across the timeline. You know, and this is kind of where, you know, the boys' game and the girls' game are so different is, you know, how much of this is a delay game and executing versus, you know, trying to execute an offense.
Oh, good save there by Claudia.
Big time. Irullo going to the rack. Off the window. No, wouldn't fall. Delaceres the rebound. She'll go up the floor, and Gersafi's going to get caught with the foul.
That'll be number 2 on Mia. You know, another good thing, if you're a Charger fan, is talking to coaching staff, and they were very adamant that they would like to keep the Antelopes under 10 points a quarter. So far, mission accomplished.
Yeah.
They figured if they keep the Antelopes around 40 points, they have a good chance to win this game.
Avonworth goes back to it. Mahan throws it away. That was an errant pass. O'Brien was there. O'Brien in traffic. Can't get a roll off of Bridge, off her head, but they say out of bounds off of. I think the official's going to get.
I think they're going to reverse this.
This is the right call. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the right call.
That's the right call.
Charger fans aren't happy with that, but that was the right call.
Yeah. And if I was sitting in the stands, I'd be yelling too. But you know, there's a timeout taken by Avonworth. 30-18, and and then I'll go back to the question I was asking you during play, Al, is like, you kind of need a balance right now. You can't go too complacent, given, the game is different, and, scoring is a lot different.
Right.
It's hard to come by. I mean, that third quarter, 7-4, Chargers win that quarter. So how much of a delay game do you want to play? It's kind of the opposite of what we were talking about early in this game, where the Chargers didn't want to be in this situation in the fourth quarter, and Avonworth finds themselves in it. And it's well documented. They like to play this pace, but how do they like to do it when it's reversed on them?
I think the Chargers just need to tighten screws on their defense right now.
Yeah.
And play the transition game. Get the points off transition and make Avonworth force those passes like the Chargers were in the first quarter. I think the Chargers can do that. They have a good chance of holding on to this lead or maybe even extending it. But, yeah, it's a fine line that you walk when you play that delay game and wait for the final, your perfect shot, because it doesn't always come.
Oh, drag the travel. Yep, there's a travel.
An extra little bunny hop right at the end there before she set.
She'll drag it here. Yeah. As Gannon called for the travel. Timeout Chargers.
Veteran call there by
Nagy.
Timeout. Our Lady of the Sacred Heart.
Probably a 30, I would imagine. Yeah.
It has to be a full. Has to be a full.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's taking his 2, yeah. So Chargers left with 2 timeouts. They're all full.
Attention quarterly PA taxpayers, do you pay more than $3,500 per year? Would you like to donate those dollars to OLSH in place of paying your quarterly taxes? Contact Cheryl Carson at C. Carson, that's KARASHIN, at OLSH.org to learn more. I'm intrigued. Hey, if you want to learn more about Charger athletics for roster stories, scores, and more, OLSHathletics.org. Special thanks to our website sponsor, Covenant Financial Advisors. And a programming note, we're back on the air tomorrow.
Yep.
If you haven't heard. Boys are in action against
a little bit further
Franklin.
Trip.
Yes, at Westminster tomorrow on the network. 7:30 tip. There we go. Ficcarelli. Nagy, that's a little reach-in foul there that isn't called.
There's a hole.
There it is. Something needed to be called at some point there. O'Brien gets 3 for the price of 1.
Yeah, that's her second.
Avonworth foul number 21, Britta O'Brien.
Don Eckerly wanted an intentional there. That might be a little bit asking.
Yeah, I don't think that was intentional, but it was aggressive.
It was aggressive. Grasafi, Claudia. Hands it to Kara. Kara, a couple dribbles.
Ooh, that was almost a walk.
That was 3 on the way. Claudia, no, short. Rebound to O'Brien. Here comes Greta O'Brien up the floor. O'Brien all the way off the window, too hard. Board by Bridge. Outlet to Grasafi. Grasafi out to Claudia. And, Chargers don't need a 3 right now.
No.
They need to go inside.
No, I've been saying all game.
Attack the basket right now.
Yeah, go into the paint. Because the Lopes will foul you now. They need to.
Yep. Claudia out to Kara. Kara bouncing to Nagy. Nagy on the left hand, moved it outside to Claudia. And a whistle. I said before the shot.
Yeah, it was on the floor. Is that Gannon?
Antelope's foul on number 23.
Yeah. That's Gannon's second. Travel.
Yep.
Traveling
Ficarelli.
violation.
That's why they teach you when you catch that pass, you jump, come down. Can't do that when you're dribbling.
No, you can't. I was looking into the crowd to see if I saw Sister or not. I think I see her down there.
Yeah, she's down there.
Far side, it's Gannon. Veliceris moved it back outside. Ahead. Back to Veliceris, who drives in traffic in the lane. Doesn't fall. Rebound out of bounds. Charger basketball. Out on the Lopes.
Yep, Veliceris trying to get the ball after her shot. And I think Emma had just enough body in between.
Versafi, Nagy. Three. No good.
And I'll echo what you just said, Matt. They don't need to take that three there.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking for the dagger here.
Yeah.
And you don't need that right now under 5 minutes to play.
Exactly.
You need to take time off the clock.
Right.
Because we've been hanging out at this 12-point margin right now. Chargers haven't scored in the quarter.
Right. Only 2 for the Lopes.
Yeah, they're going for a triple, and it's good. No, 2. 2 is called. Mary Gannon for 2.
Gannon.
Cuts the deficit to 10. Chargers back up the floor. It's Gersafi all the way, stopping and popping short. Veliceris gets the rebound. Back she comes up the floor. Weaving her way, lost control, regains it, throws it back outside. Back in, off the window, 2 more for Greta O'Brien. And it's an 8-point game.
This is what you didn't want to see if you're a Chargers.
Gersafi, 4 minutes to play. Here in the fourth. Gersafi to Claudia. Claudia to Ficarelli. Denied, no good. Rebound to Gannon.
Right idea, just didn't go.
Veliceris through everybody. Blocked by Ficarelli, out of bounds off of her. Avonworth keeps it with 3:44 to play.
Yeah, watch Emma here. She puts her hand out right there. Beautiful.
Next Charger foul will send Avonworth to the line. Veliceris traveled. Charger basketball.
And,
here comes G.I. Rullo in.
Is that Mia? Mia is holding her knee. She's limping right now. We got an issue. Mia Gersafi.
Number 50, Emma Ficarelli.
I mean, and you know, she's hurting right now. She does not want to come out of this game. 3:41 to play in the fourth. And one of the Chargers' best ball handlers.
Yes.
Big point here. Claudia Irolo certainly going to be expected to hang on to it. She does a great job there. Slice dribbled off her foot, though. And a kick ball. It will stay with the Chargers. That's a
veteran move there.
Yeah.
Nagy goes to Claudia and says, that's okay. Settle down. You're okay.
Inbound goes to Gia. To Kara. Kara bouncing to Ficarelli. .320 to go in the ball game. Chargers by 8. Claudia Irolo. Claudia hands it off to Emma. Emma short and fouled, up for 2. She'll be at the line.
Obersteiner is going to pick up her second.
And I mean, that's more what the Chargers need to be doing for the duration of this ball game, Al.
Couldn't agree more.
They need to go inside. They need to attack the basket, draw fouls, get some opportunities here at the charity stripe. And make them, more importantly, as she hits her first.
Boy, Emma's yet to score till that throw right there.
It's a big one.
Yep.
And this one to extend it back to 10 with 3:12 to play. And she misses. Rebound, though. 2 Lopes collide with each other. It's a loose basketball. Thrown away and intercepted by Ficarelli, who throws it back. Bucket of the foul for Emma Ficarelli. What a series of events there. The Chargers miss the free throw. Timeout, Nick Dizon and Avonworth. Watch this again.
As Mary Gannon picks up her 3rd foul.
Coming back here to your living room, the loose ball, and then the and one for Emma Ficcarelli. So the Chargers missed the free throw. We can say this again one more time, Matt. Emma just throwing one to the rack and getting the roll.
Nice.
A huge shot and score for the Chargers to extend the lead back to 11, and a shot
12.
coming.
Yeah.
Here are the fourth.
Boy, Emma quiet on the score sheet until the fourth quarter. Here in the fourth, she scores 3 so far, and none any bigger in this game than those 3 points. As the Chargers were starting to go down that spiral, so to speak, as the Lopes were trying to make their charge.
Starting to pull away.
Yes.
And then I just keep thinking about those threes, Al.
Yeah.
Look across the way, a lot of Charger fans in attendance tonight, but former assistant coach Paul Anderson is in the crowd wearing his purple on the other side of the.
I see him, yeah.
Was an assistant under Don Eckerly for years.
Right behind the Charger bench.
Yep.
Emma.
Love to see the Ficcarelli completes the three-point play. Chargers by 12. O'Brien is fouled. 2 shots coming.
Is that going to be Emma or Claudia? Claudia picks it up. That's her second.
Team 7th.
Foul number 22, Claudia Irulo.
So Greta O'Brien. O'Brien, a sophomore on this Avonworth Antelopes team.
She's 3 for 4 from the line tonight.
She misses there. Good on the second. Bridge.
Pull it out. There you go.
Oh, loose. Bridge settles over to Ficcarelli. Chargers, now it's delay game time, Al. I
it is.
Oh, what is this? This just ricochets back. It's going to be Avonworth basketball. What in the world? I don't even know what that hit.
I don't know. Here, let's look at this. Oh, no, it's live.
We just saw it.
Yeah.
But I still don't think I could tell.
No, you couldn't. It just all of a sudden popped in the air.
Slice. Hands it off to O'Brien. O'Brien through everybody. No. Rebound. Bridge.
If there's some good news, I see Mia sitting next to the coaches, so Mia Grasaffi, so maybe she's might be able to come back into this. We'll see.
Yeah. Bridge gives it back away to Claudia Irulo. 2:15 to play. Claudia going straight to the rack. No good. Put back Ficcarelli. No. She gets her own rebound. Kicks it back out to Bridge. Chargers reset with 2 minutes to play. Hands it off Ficcarelli. Lay it up and score. Great pass from Nagy to get it to Ficcarelli.
6 points in this quarter for the Chargers. Oh, by Ficcarelli, and there's a Charger. Under 2 to go.
Back in number 10, beyond the hand, and number 20, and Bradley.
Bradley in for the Lopes. And Mahan also in for the Lopes.
Ficcarelli to Nagy. Minute 50 to go. Nagy weaving her way through it away, intercepted.
Yeah.
Mahan takes it away. Mahan, lay it up, misses. Bridge gets a rebound, and it's fouled. It'll be the 6th foul on Avonworth with 1:38 to play.
Avonworth foul number 21, Greta O'Brien. 1 and 1 for
No, it's the 7th.
On the line
Oh, it is.
Kara Bridge.
That was her 7th, yeah.
Kara Bridge to the line. The birthday girl. First of a 1 and 1 is good. Good. Charger lead is back to 15.
That's
Timeout,
huge.
Chargers.
That's huge. Chargers take another full timeout. So that leaves them with one left here with minute 38 left.
One left. And the Chargers, who had fallen to the Avonworth Antelopes 3 times this season coming into tonight. But if you're an OLSH fan, and if you're a historian, it wasn't the girls, but it was the boys the last time a team played one another 4 times in one season, Al.
Yeah.
And it was almost to script. OLSH boys lost to Swickley Academy 3 times, and then in the state playoffs beat them in the Western Final, go to the state championship.
Yeah, that's the only difference right now.
That's the only difference.
And how about this? Some of the boys' teams down in front cheering on and leading the cheers for the fans here. For the boys' team.
Both the boys and girls teams so supportive
They are.
of one another. It's been great to see all year. And for Charger fans, hoping it extends to another round. Be great to see the boys and the girls. There's a tip away. Bridge got it away to Grisafi.
Mia back in the lineup. Good to see.
And she's making plays right when she gets back. Here's Irulo in trouble. Was able to get away.
Good pick there.
And there's a foul, and Gia's going to the line.
Antelopes foul number 10, Fiona Mahan.
Mahan picks up her first.
For Gia Irulo.
Good.
Her first trip to the line tonight.
You know, such a different feeling on either of these sides. Chargers with so many seniors, you know, all of these girls playing every game is now what could be their last in high school. Oh, that's going to be offensive.
Oh, yeah.
Mahan gets called for it.
Offensive foul against Avonworth.
So that's no shots for the Chargers on a ball control foul, but they'll get the ball. That's the second on Mahan.
And right now the ball is exactly what the Chargers need right now.
I would just play the old 4 corners, and if the shot opens up, take it. I know it's a minute to go, but
yeah, I'm with you.
They're going to come out and foul you. And that's exactly, tie up. That's a jump ball.
Jump ball, and it's Avonworth ball.
Yeah.
53 seconds. And that's going to do it. As they're going to sub out.
Wholesale, it's a line change for Avonworth.
And that means Chargers are going to bring it out.
Coach Dizon is basically throwing in the towel right now.
Yeah. Waving the white flag.
Yep. And Coach Eckerly pretty much doing the same thing.
Yeah, they're going to get the other seniors in there. Shannon McCullough will come in for Nagy.
Smiegel's in.
Nagy couldn't run fast enough, big bump for Coach D. Victoria Smiegel in. Shannon McCullough, all seniors. And that's going to
another over and back.
Away. Charger basketball with 43 seconds left.
Caitlin Eiler checks in. Had to do a double take. She's wearing 25 today.
That's right. $40 seconds. Kinley Walsh.
Be very surprised if a shot goes toward the rim right now, Matt.
Well, I think Don Eckerly wants him to play. $20 seconds. And I think the Chargers are going to do exactly that, though, Al.
Charger fans standing and applauding now. Moving on.
Revenge. Best served in the state playoffs. The Chargers moving on. Beat the Lopes for the first time this season, 39-23. And the Chargers knock off the Whitfield champions in the state playoffs to advance to the quarterfinals of the PIAA AAA playoffs. It will be the third time in John Eckerly's career he'll play in the quarterfinals. In the PIAA playoffs, it will be Friday at a site and time to be determined. Chargers knock off the Whitfield champs today. We'll catch our breath. Post-game show, a happy one to follow. Numbers and more. Highlights coming up next. You've watched it all here on the OLSH Sports Network.
We ask that all spectators, once you
And we'll welcome you back to North Hills, our post-game show here on the OLSH Sports Network. Chargers win it 39-23. The fourth time is the charm for the Chargers as they beat Avonworth after losing to them three times, twice in the section, once in the WPIAL playoffs. Avonworth goes on to win the championship in the WPIAL, and now the Chargers pull the role of a spoiler as they, as the 5 seed out of District 7, take down the 1 seed out of District 7 to advance to the quarterfinals, and they'll play on Friday at a certain time to be determined against either Westmont Hilltop or Chestnut Ridge. OLSH has your scoring recap as we take a look at highlights from Matt in the truck.
Well, I'll tell you what, Matt. You couldn't have scripted it any better for the Chargers. And it, again, we talked about it all game and all year, how tough their section was in WPIL, and it came to fruition again today where number 5 takes out number 1 from District 7. But anyway, scoring first for Avonworth. All 5 of their starters get on the score sheet, but that's it. Their leading scorer was Greta O'Brien with 9 points, followed by Becca Getz at 7 points. 3 points for Eden Schleiss, and 2 points each for Mary Gannon and Mia Velaceres for their 23 points. 23 points. This team averages 48 points a game. Chargers hold them to 23. For the Chargers, not saying much. I mean, great defense for both these teams. Chargers only scored 39, but it's enough to get it done today, and it's the perfect game plan for Coach Eckerly. Their leading scorer was actually dual leading scorers, co-leading scorers was Kylie Nagy and Mia Grasafi check in with 8 points, 6 points each for Kara Bridge, and Claudia Irillo with her 2 3-pointers, and none any bigger than those 2 in the first half, Matt. 5 points for sister Gia Irillo to end the game. And, I forgot, 6 points for Emma Friccarelli, and all hers come in the fourth quarter. And for a while, she was the only Charger to get on the score sheet in the fourth until some free throws from some of her teammates. But the Chargers getting it done exactly how the coaching staff from the OLSH side of the floor had it mapped out. I mean, if they could have written the script, they couldn't have written it any better. That's exactly what they want to do. Play defense, hit the shots from the floor, and the win comes down.
Unbelievable, Al. What a performance by the Chargers. And for great execution by the girls on the floor, but a tremendous, tremendous coaching scheme, design, game plan coming into tonight. I just can't say enough about what Don Eckerly and Deanna Mara and Guy Carabia were able to put together. Is part of this is the coaching side. I don't think the casual fan doesn't appreciate how much goes into that, how much film time goes into it, orchestrating it, implementing things, and the girls just executed to perfection today in many aspects, most notably the defensive side of, we knew Avonworth was great defensively. You're probably not going to score a lot of points, but we also knew that they didn't score a lot of points themselves, and if you could tighten the screws defensively, then you could get yourself in an opportunity to win the basketball game. That's what happened tonight. That's
the exact verbiage that was discussed by the coaching staff on the way here tonight. That was verbatim. You could have been there, because that's exactly
which I wasn't.
But yeah, but that's exactly what they said. That's exactly what happened. I don't think the Chargers changed too much defensively. They played their defensive game, well, at least against this team. They know how they have to play against the Antelopes, and they played that perfect game. And it came out exactly for them. The difference, and we said it all game, at least I have, is the Chargers had to hit the shots from the field, and that's exactly what they did. They were hitting the shots from the floor, and that was the difference in the game.
Tell you what, there's something, obviously winning the WPIAA is a big deal here. It's all or nothing in Pittsburgh. However, there's something sweet about knocking off a WPIAA champion in the state playoffs. The team that beat you 3 times, that took the section championship from you, that took the WPIAA championship from you, you ended their season in the postseason as far as the Whitfield was concerned. You just ended their season, actually. There's no more basketball to be played for Avonworth, and I think for the Chargers, that's got to be a pretty sweet feel.
Yeah, you feel bad for the Antelopes.
You do.
But again, you don't feel bad because they can't even go out and play golf right now because it's too cold.
Well, I tell you what, I'm excited to see what Nick Dizon does in year number 2. Got a lot of girls coming back. That sophomore class is really good. I think, Al, we've been here long enough where we remember those teams of the past. We've been in that situation, with the crop of girls that, some seniors mixed in with some pretty good talent. I think that they could make something happen with it.
He's got himself set up for a nice little run for the next several years over at Avonworth. So, Avonworth fans, keep your head up. There's good years ahead of you. I feel bad for the seniors. They go out on a note like this for Avonworth, but my goodness, what a young crop of players Nick Dizon has over there at Avonworth in the next couple of years. It's going to be fun to watch them. Not from our side of the floor, but it's going to be fun to watch the Avonworth Antelopes for the next couple of years.
Yeah, you could say that one again. Congratulations to Don Eckerly and the girls going to the quarterfinals. 3rd time in Don Eckerly's tenure that the Chargers are moving on to the PIAA quarterfinals. We'll have the broadcast for you on Friday night. Sight and time to be determined. It will be against Westmont Hilltop or Chestnut Ridge. Next broadcast tomorrow night from Westminster College. Chargers in Franklin for a right to punch their ticket into the quarterfinals for a 3rd consecutive season. We'll have the broadcast for you coming up tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, the Knights and the Chargers.
We'll see you then. For OLSH, Matt Stanziola, all the boys and girls in the truck, thanks so much for watching this presentation of Charger basketball, the PIAA basketball playoffs. Good night, everybody from North Hills, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night right back here on the OLSH Sports Network.